just like the way that we ride. I just like I wanna keep you around. Every single day, every night. I just wanna keep. I wanna let you know that I'm down. Down, 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 down. I just wanna keep you around. And every single day, every night, I wanna keep you.
I'm on intro duty every week.
What up, YouTube and hopefuls and Married at First Sighters and
Welcome back to Harris Hope and Humor. This is Married at First Sight, Season 11, Episode 15. So, they are all leaving their couples getaway, and next week is Decision Day. D-Day.
a 3-hour episode.
Is it really?
But it's always like 2 hours. You know they got hour montages. Brett and Olivia's gonna take up 75 minutes.
And like, why? Why? Let's start with Brett and Olivia because they resurfaced this week. Moral of the story: he learned absolutely nothing.
He said, his friend asked, like, you gonna go back out to dating? He's like, yeah, I don't wanna die alone.
Yeah, he was like, what else am I gonna do?
I felt like he had his dates lined up. As soon as he left that house, he was like, swipe. I love swiping right. I mean, whatever way. I never swiped. But he loves swiping whatever way it is to reject somebody.
Like, I feel like he pretty much said there wasn't anything he would have changed or done differently or like anything that this experience has taught him to change about himself. Like, he really made it seem like it was all her. And this was like a waste of his time.
Yeah.
So he learned nothing. And she kind of was like, oh, well, if he said yes and I said no, I would listen if he wanted to like make it work. And I'm like, listen to what? You just want to confirm that he has not changed. And you are better off she's better off.
Yeah. Next,
so the couples are leaving the retreat, and the funniest thing was a clip of all of them in their cars driving home as couples. Everybody got music playing. They like jamming, having a grand old time in their cars with their spouses. And then they show Christina and Henry. No music, no words,
sad.
Nada in their car. Like, sad. Nada. But the way they edited it was like hilarious. So we'll stay with Christine and Henry. We'll do them first and then we'll move on. I actually don't have much about them. He's basically over it.
Yeah,
he's so over it. Like, he's very much like, he's waiting for decision day, fill out my obligation, moving on with the rest of my life. And she is like, she seemed like
something happened. There was a little moment, a teeny moment at their last dinner before they went home, and he said something about her. I forget what he said about her, and she was all in tears. Oh my God, thank you so much. I love this. Like,
I think it was his letter to his younger self? No, you know what it was? Hers that she wrote to her younger self, and he told her like she was good with words or something like that. And she got like all like dramatically like,
bro, she's
still
like
crying over like the most random things. Like, what
she swore it was like the glimmer of hope and the relationship was on track. And when she was talking to her old friend,
oh my gosh,
old head is.
Yes, she's telling the story, and she's saying how like she's fun to be with. She's like attractive. She's like, I'm not hard to get along with. And they keep showing this old man making these faces and sipping his tea. It was so. His friend that we didn't like since the wedding. What was her name? I don't know.
Don't like her since the wedding.
She was like a mean girl. he talked to her about it, and of course I don't even remember. I don't even listen.
She's like, we didn't think this was going to go from the start. We picked up the signs from the start.
Yeah, and I feel like because I think she kind of chimed in on, like being able to tell that she was lying from the beginning or something like that.
Yeah,
and yeah, I don't like this. I don't like her. And then Christina meets with the old guy and discuss things. And she still really be, like, either she really is that, like, delusional or really that hopeful. Bro. Probably delusional and hopeful. But she really was sitting there like, it's so much things that we can probably still do to make this work. And he is, like, waiting for next week to happen so he can just be done.
She is just looking for a home.
Because this is homeless.
She just loves her home. That's all it is.
I almost wonder if she's really a flight attendant.
Yeah, she is on some Spirit Airlines.
No, for real.
I don't know.
Do Spirit have flight attendants?
Do Spirit have flight attendants?
I don't know. I don't.
But one good thing, shout out to the B camera.
The B camera.
We doing multi-cam now.
We done got ourselves a ring light and decided to start doing multi-cameras. We done switched up what room we gonna record in. It was irrelevant, but I was going to say I feel like Spirit Airlines, like, it just sounds like what Soul Plane movie was.
Oh, yeah.
So, like,
that's why they probably would have been Soul Airlines. If Soul Plane had came out, they couldn't have did that. They were like, that is too much like copyright infringement. Can't work on suits.
Sorry, guys. The hour is getting late, and I had to fake sleep to get the kid to sleep, and you know how that goes. So next we'll go to Bennett and Amelia. But can we start with Amelia going through the car window?
What was that about?
Like, did she have to because something's wrong with the door? Or did she really just, like, walk up to the car and be like, I'm going in through the window?
Hey, bro. Oh, you know, I'll answer that towards the end of our discussion about them. Because she might have answered why she did that.
Okay. So, I don't know where to go from here.
Well, so they had a talk, and he was I forget how the conversation started, but basically, in a nutshell, Amelia admits that, out of her own mouth, that she came on the show mostly just for the experience.
How did that not have that in my notes? That was like the big, like, teaser for the episode, and I don't even have it in my notes.
She came on the show just to, like, let me see what I can do in 8 weeks of my life on TV. So maybe, you know, the gimmick she do, I feel like she's quote unquote quirky or eccentric or different in regular life, but I feel like she definitely played to the TV, and her saying that, you know, doesn't make why she do some things strange.
It's really interesting that she chose that point in the experiment to share that information. I was definitely surprised by it.
Yeah.
But also not super surprised. Like, it feels very much like, because she's getting ready to start her residency, maybe she kind of saw that as, like,
self-sabotage.
No, why you say self-sabotage?
I just feel like she's trying to kill it because she don't know. I feel like it's maybe too hard to juggle a relationship and residency.
No, the reason why she said it?
Yeah.
No, I was going to say I feel like the reason why she may have done this show before her residency, as, like, maybe she sees this as, like, the end of an era. Like, now it's like, once I do my residency, like, I'm an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a doctor. Like, she probably was more like, this would be something fun to do because she knew she had that break in between. But then I am also really curious, and maybe anybody that's watching this can comment and let us know, but I'm always curious how people even find me. Like, what goes through your brain to say, like, I'm going to go onto the internet and look up how, like, reality shows that are, like, casting. Like, I feel like there's some people who, you know, kind of chase the fame, and they may have been on, like, multiple shows, which actually we had somebody from season 1 who was on a reality show before this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, she just doesn't seem like, I feel like there's people who, you know, that's what their end is into the industry, and, like, their claim to fame, and, you know, but she doesn't seem like
No,
what would be her angle?
She's that I'll do anything YOLO. Like his was you only love once. Hers is you only live once. Hey, maybe I'll try to see if I can get some nookie for 8 weeks, and then
But
boom,
it's so
she fell in
crazy.
love and didn't expect to do that if she's in love.
So
Like now,
that's the
for
next
me,
thing.
everything is tainted now.
So that's the next thing. First of all, let's sidebar. This is just red dye. She, darn it, what was I about to say? So she says to him that she did this just to see what it would be like to be in a reality show. And she did not follow up with, but I'm so happy that I did and I met you and we fell in love. And now I get to finish the rest of my life journey
like,
with you. Like, for how lovey-dovey they were up until that scene,
yeah,
it seemed really
odd
that that's how that conversation went.
Yeah.
And he really didn't follow up. Like, it wasn't like a
He's passive.
Well, no, even like he's not. I don't think he's that passive. I think he's very honest and open with how he feels. I don't think that he's aggressive in how he says things, but I think that he sugarcoats it in a way that it's still the hard truth, but it's soft. But like you didn't even see like the interview scene where he kind of like even goes into it.
Yeah, because it probably comes up during the next episode. Hopefully.
Yeah, maybe it comes up at the decision day. Yeah. But yeah, I was really like taken aback that she even did it for being on the show, and then that she brought it up in that moment. Because again, she didn't even start off the statement with, "I feel like this is something that you should know before making your decision." So yeah, it is kind of interesting
based on the editing.
Yeah.
I
do think that
the editing is trash. So
the editing does make you question how you even look at people, because you're like, oh well,
how did they play it? How did they spin it? And so
it is also. Oh man, why do I keep losing my train of thought tonight? It is also interesting, as what you were saying about the quirkiness that she has, that it does now make you question, like, once she met him, did she say, like, let me keep vibing off of his... Yes, is she in character?
Yes, good question. I question everything about her now. I question, trust me, like, she blew it like, no,
and it's funny because their biggest plot twist was the move, and now like, I feel like this should have been more, like, this could have held more weight all season had it came out sooner.
Oh yeah. No. If she had said this in like week 3, if she had said this on a honeymoon,
they may not have fallen in love.
Exactly. This would have changed the whole trajectory.
Does she really
I'm trying to tell you, self-sabotage is what I feel. I hope not. I think she may be nervous.
Well, yeah,
I think she might be nervous.
It's a whole lot of changes happening at one time. If you really only did it to have fun, and then now here it is. Say you are really in love with him, and you're like, oh my god, I did not imagine falling in love with this guy and seeing him as like perfect for my life, as I'm about to like start a whole new chapter with residency in a whole new place, and he's willing to like be in both places for me. Yeah. That could be a lot on somebody to be like, I'm fully responsible for whatever happens to his life as well. Yeah. As he's like helping support me, and we just met.
Yeah. Not questionable to me. I don't know if it's going to be just a shoe-in lie.
I don't know if I feel like it's questionable. I think that I could see him, because he's in love, seeing it through. I don't think he comes across as somebody who would just be like, this one thing would make me walk away from you completely.
Okay, well, 2 people gotta say yes.
Oh, you don't think she's going to say it?
Mm-mm. No, I don't know I don't know because I'm leery of editing. I don't trust the editors. But I'm also concerned as to if she might feel like it's too much pressure for her based on residency and all like that, and being responsible. Like you said, being responsible for a whole adult and his feelings and stuff. If she might just say, "Yeah, I love you, but let's be friends because this might be too much."
This was fun.
Yeah, not even that much. But like I don't want to
focus.
Like I don't want to hurt you in the process of doing all this because I'm not gonna be able to spend time and to develop our marriage and all like that. So that's how I feel. Like she might be the reason why. No, and again, he might feel hurt and betrayed. So that's it. For me, I don't know. For me,
unless maybe really he doesn't, maybe he isn't as open as I think, because this is the first time that he's probably really been hurt in this whole time. So his response to the hurt may be different than his response has been to compromise and learning each other. But I can't. So maybe I'll say it this way. I think I'm hopeful that they will just make it. But I also think that if they don't, it won't be decision day. It'll be him still giving it a try because they already this deep in, and then it just not working. But I don't know if I don't know if I see him. Again, I'm putting it on him as if she can't say no, but I don't think I see him. It seems a little callous, which may not be fair to him if he does have a lot of apprehensions about her intentions at this point. But I just feel like the Bennett that we've seen thus far, it doesn't seem like he would just be like, all right, I'm out. So we shall see.
Yeah.
Next week.
No, 2 weeks.
Y'all gonna be on to a new show by the time we put the review up for the reunion. Matter of fact, it'll be the reunion by the time we put Decision Day up.
Okay.
I hope not.
We're a couple days behind right now.
I hope not.
It just came out. Oh,
We
shoot.
like a
No,
week.
no, yeah, you almost a week, yeah.
We'd be like a week every episode.
Top of life, man.
We'll go to Amani and Woody.
Oh my god.
So one thing I did notice, and I wonder if it was just that was other than back to Amelia and Bennett. So that was one of the things I did notice. All of the couples seem to have their version of how they're making their decision, and Bennett and Amelia was a coin toss.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. She said she is going to flip a coin. And
let fate.
Again, really didn't, I know they have their jokes, they have their quirks. She sounded very serious. Again,
but then she did talk to the psych. She got the tarot card reading. So that could have been her way of making it more serious than just being like, here's a coin. I
don't know how to read her. That's what I'm saying. I'm confused. Yeah. I don't know how they're going to go. I can't read her. I think her is going to mess up him.
The last thing we're going to say about them. You ready to wrap them up?
Go ahead.
When Bennett's friends came over, this is going to take longer than I thought. Bennett's friends come over and they talk about the whole decision day. So like I said, Amelia had the tarot card reading with her friends, and I don't understand why they need it. It was a dumb scene to me. Like they didn't really. Did they even have a conversation?
I need my friends here for this part.
It was like you don't, because you're asking about like you personally. But I digress. We see Bennett first with his friends. Bennett has a friend that doesn't trust the whole thing and thinks that he should have never done this. But that's not why I'm bringing this up. We see Bennett in an outfit with watermelons all across him. Okay, because it's Bennett, you don't think anything of it. You're like, oh, okay, whatever. He got his little shirt tucked in. You're like, that seems like an interesting outfit for a person to own. But it's Bennett. And then when you see Amelia, she's wearing the same outfit. I would like to know whose outfit it belongs to, who this outfit belongs to, and was it clean when they both wore it? Because I don't see them as people who wash their clothes that often.
He's a neat freak.
He's a neat freak, but he also is pretty dirty. The man owes like 3 pairs of socks and went swimming in underwear. Whose job was it to do the laundry when they did their whole responsibilities game?
Yes, if I'm not mistaken. That sounds like a luck of the draw for him. He got all the work.
I mean, they probably only got that much clothes anyway, so it probably don't take that much.
He don't got that much clothes.
So whose outfit was it?
Theirs. In between seasons, somebody was running around naked. That's all. Or in the nightgown.
Because he wore. So imagine if he wore that nightgown this whole season. Do you think he washed it? I hope so. This was like 16 weeks.
Yeah, I guess that's 16
That's
weeks.
a long time.
Say, your balls.
Don't. So moving on to Amani.
It's a lot of airflow.
Amani and Woody is where I was going next. And Amani and Woody, I'm trying to find it in my notes.
They were just honest with theirs.
They went by percentages of
Yeah, she said.
Yeah, where they were with each other.
When we started this, how much would you say that you were committed? And he was in the beginning. He said 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
And then now he's like 90, close to 100, which is fine.
And she joked and said she was still at 50.
Yeah, he was. But she
But
was like, "Where's she at? Where is she at? Like, where is she at?"
she might have been closer, like as close to where he was.
And they both on the tip like, "Don't switch up," which scares me because
Why? It totally makes sense to say that because I like what I'm seeing. This is helping me feel comfortable. This is helping me feel vulnerable. This is helping me let my guard down. And if you switch it up, like I might revert back. I also don't feel the need to be vocal about saying that because I feel like if I tell somebody not to switch it up, then they not gonna switch.
it up. That's the part
Keep
that's I'm
acting
scared about.
shady and
Exactly,
funny.
they gonna keep doing what they doing.
They gonna keep acting.
Yeah, that's why I hate that they said don't switch it up.
Yeah,
That's why I hate it because that part for me is like, well, then nigga, I'm gonna keep acting.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get cheats. I'm gonna keep acting
because people who are shady like that will act it out for a long time.
Yeah,
like there's some people who do it for years. But I hate when
I can't walk.
I hate when I notice things about a show, partly, like mainly his fault. Because I don't want the show to become ruined for me. But the fact that I caught the fact that they were all using their own version of some sort of like where are you now system or like how are you making your decision is totally like now you feel like it's totally like part of the show, not them actually having an honest conversation with each other to say like, okay, yeah, let's have this conversation before we go into decision day so that we're on the same page and not embarrassing each other.
Well, the thing about theirs, I didn't pick that up. I felt like theirs was organic, and it probably wasn't. Maybe that you said it. Nothing on a TV show is organic. More than likely, a reality show. Hey, sorry to be a ruiner. But there's producers and people directing everything. Yeah, you saw that this season. They said it.
They came from behind. What they call it, that third wall.
They came on the fourth wall. So, so for me, a lot of it is scripted but unscripted. They kind of play on what's going on. But I felt like their answers were very organic, and they both had a sense. I felt like more so for Woody had a sense of, bro, I'm in this, and if you say no, he said he said I'm gonna lash out or I'm gonna black out. And she was like, "Where'd that come from?" Like, I felt his pain. Like, bro, especially since y'all say don't switch it up, the vibe y'all got going the whole time, and you gonna say no on decision day, bro.
And which leads me back to what I was going to say. I wonder if it's part of the changes as the seasons go on, so that you don't have or start to create an environment for like these dramatic decision days. If you kind of get these things, like if you kind of gauge each other before the time comes. Because I don't know if you ever really can tell in some of the prior seasons if they really talked about it before they got there.
Oh, yeah.
Like I feel like there's the couples who you're like, I don't even want to say that because some of them still caught us off guard. But like, yeah, there's some that you're like, oh, I'm pretty sure they're going to stay together. And then there's some that you're like, they're definitely not staying together. So it's almost like no need to have that like
there's some fun
last final check-in. But then there have been some that do catch you off guard.
Yeah. I like that preferably.
I think I do.
I like that for the show, the cinematic part.
Because now, like watching this episode, it definitely was like, y'all doing this because y'all have to. Yeah. Like it was like everybody came home and was like, all right, let's get these questions out the way before we go to bed.
Yeah.
Freaking Karen and Miles was, I think, in bed when they did theirs.
Stiff as a board, she was.
As always. But yeah, that was pretty much it with them. He's definitely in love, and he feels like if she's not going to say yes, he kind of wants a heads up because he gonna be mad, which he has every right to be.
The boy said he had an anger problem, so like, that's for him. I'm gonna be mad for him, especially how Woody, especially 16. We got 16 weeks of a Woody nobody expected to see. We talking about his mama wedding day didn't expect to see this Woody. His mama.
But I don't think I would put his anger issues in with him being upset about her saying no, because I think that even if you as the most patient person, if we got to the altar and I was like, I can't do this. Or when you proposed and I was like, no.
Oh, yeah, I'm triggered. I'm triggered.
Right, and I think that, like, even if you typically respond in a certain way, like, there's certain things that happen that are just going to be like, what?
I'm saying like he
No, because you were
suppressed.
saying, well, he has anger issues, and I'm like, I think
But no, I'm
regardless if
saying
he
like
did
he
or
does good.
didn't.
He does good managing his anger issues. So for him to say lash out, I have no problem if that's like the one. Like it's not like he has a tendency to lash out and snap on her and go crazy. So if that would be the time we see him like lash out, what you mean in the marriage? It might happen that he lash out, but if any time gonna happen when at D-Day, you say no,
Yeah.
and with the way the air been going, I'm acceptable of it. As long as it ain't no violence, I'm acceptable of it. But I hope ain't no and. That's why I hate these episodes. Because listen, I don't even want to watch it. Because the first 85 minutes of it is fluff, bro. It's fluff.
It really won't be
just get to the point.
Yeah. We do have to put on our final thoughts though, because
I'm mad already.
The other thing about them was her one thing for like possibly saying no was how he listens.
Yeah,
she feels like he doesn't listen.
Yeah,
and some of the clips that they use as examples was definitely like, y'all really need to pull something together.
Well,
and I don't think that if she decided to say no, she's going to find somebody that listens more. It's just par for the course. Like, bad moments, bad days, like social media be distracting you, electronics distract you. Like, it's just, I think it can happen even if you found somebody who you think really listens to you. And
I thought I was a good listener. I'd be still listening stuff.
Because I think that so when I think about a good listener, I think that to me means hearing the big stuff, the important stuff, like my feelings, you seeing my vulnerability, like knowing, my dreams and all of that kind of stuff. But the clip that they use when she was like, I could be in a burqa and you would be trying to.
This man said burger.
And he thought she said burger, and that but that's not.
Ask questions.
First of all, he clearly doesn't even know what a burqa is.
He thought it was a burger. He's like a burger. Oh, that's a new store they got down where
that. I still see them both saying yes.
Oh yeah, I do, but I'm still, the decision day, the antics of Married at First Sight production have me like, ooh.
Last but not least, right? We're down to Karen and Miles. We did $1 million.
Karen and Miles done.
Karen and Miles.
He ain't getting no cheeks. He done with her.
Well, no, it was. So I will say the one thing that was really interesting was, their approach to talking it out was they just talked it out. They were the only ones who really was just like, do you see yourself being able to, and if not, why not, type of things. But so when she meets with her friends, which is something we didn't talk about with Imani and Woody, but we're not going back there now. When she talked to her friends, her girlfriend was basically like, I don't know if you have the capacity to give him what he needs.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and her other friend was like, yeah, just because y'all are two good people don't mean that y'all are two people for good people for each other. And I honestly wouldn't be that surprised or upset if she basically said no, or if he said no because of how their experiment went. Because I think that if it's that much of a struggle after 16 weeks to get to another level of intimacy than where they already are, I do think that she may not have the capability to be what he needs.
I'm sorry,
he really wants to be like lovey-dovey, like kiss me before you leave, kiss me when you get home, text me in the middle of the day, as soon as you get out the shower, like I want you right next to me, sleep with your leg on top of me, like I'm big spoon, you little spoon, we switching the next night. And she's just like,
nah,
you cool or whatever.
I
thought I was bad, and then I saw Karen.
So what I would prefer, for real, is decision day. I apologize. Decision day. I need them to. I need not to say not to be funny, but to do like Survivor. Y'all need to cast your vote in first, because I also feel like sometimes with decision day, people change their answers on the fly. I don't know. It's never been proven. It's never been said. But I changed my mind. But it could be like. So say Miles said no. Karen gonna be devastated. Like, oh my God, I was gonna say yes. Like, I want to know what the real you was gonna say. Don't be influenced by what homie or she gonna
Like
say.
instead of them saying
I
it
need
out
to know.
loud, put them up on the screen
Yeah.
together at the same time.
Yeah, or like the game. Like that's what I would like. So
Yeah.
I feel he out. He out. Bro man out.
Yeah.
Bro man out.
I still don't know if I think that he is, but I totally wouldn't be surprised if he's not like still all in. Because I personally can't imagine calling you my husband, saying that I'm comfortable with you, that I find you attractive, and okay, yeah, I'll give you maybe the first 8 weeks because you do have a lot of apprehensions. She did admit to not wanting to do certain things on camera. And so you may have needed like that much time to like really get comfortable. But once the pandemic hit and you got even more stress, okay, maybe you not like, I won't say me, I'll say people. Maybe you're not like some other people who like that's a stress reliever to have like that intimacy, to like have sex. Like you've been in this bed with this man for 16 weeks and you at no point you didn't, even if you didn't think you were ready, but you find yourself being like,
No.
I had one too many glasses of wine and tonight gonna be the night.
I did.
Like okay, say you didn't even have wine. I think so your period didn't come on and then that made you kind of like horny at some point.
Bro,
Like how do you not have?
boy?
And
Cause he going, if she get bored if she gave him anything.
She felt like she opened a can of worms.
Oh, bro, yeah, he's gonna be like, your Woody.
But I would think
I got my Woody on. Like,
but I would think that if she got to that level, she wouldn't care. Because it's the honeymoon phase. Like, yeah, I'm
they
really,
not in the honeymoon
I'm really
phase.
digging him. That like, yeah, he want to do me all the time. Let's go. The world closed anyway. We ain't got nothing else to do.
That's not her. She's stressed.
Listen,
and she come. I can feel her.
Maybe
I
she
hate
should
to
try
say.
it.
I hate to say I feel her pain. She working these crazy hours. She go home with.
But I mean, he also
because I was that guy. Like, we still play Xbox at 6:30 when she walk in. Like, no, but it's just like it's an age gap thing for her. She is actually maturer for her age. I feel like she is.
I don't want that level of maturity in my life.
No, I mean like that, but she's like cougar level maturity. Like she's refined old head. He the young boy. That's how
I don't know if I would equate it to age. I think I would just equate it to difference in personalities because there's just some people who.
But that's how it comes up. I mean, yeah, like they're not.
They're
but she
way more reserved.
But she played an age game with him. She fought him kids. Like, come on, kiddo, or something like that. Yeah. Like she played an age game with him. So that's why for me it comes off as she's like 13 years older than him. That's how it feels to me.
What's going to happen is we're going to find out that they both decided to say no. They had an open conversation prior to decision day so that they wouldn't embarrass each other on camera because they care about each other enough to not do it in that moment. They probably are going to decide their decision before they go so that they can get their feelings, emotions out. They can leave on a good note. And we're never going to see her again because she's probably not even on social media. Like he's gonna get married, and we're gonna find out about that. It's gonna make headlines because everybody's gonna feel like
he probably already engaged right now. The show been off from it. Oh, actually no, for real. Actually, the show hasn't been off that long. Wow. This might be the fastest production that they done. Technically, we're still in the pandemic.
I don't see them making it.
Oh, they done. They done though. They done so.
I will be excited for them to find the right people.
I don't care about her.
Okay. I mean, I still think that she deserves happiness.
She find it. I just don't want to hear about it.
Another thing the last thing I had in my notes that I thought was interesting was when her friends were there and they were talking about her feeling like she needs that more masculine man, that more aggressive type, like, sometimes tell me to shut up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the type of thing that she feels like she needs. Which I won't go there. As a woman, I have to like really ponder that because I just feel extremely different. But her friend was saying, he can't get there because you're not making him feel safe enough to get there. You keep questioning his masculinity, like he can't there's certain vulnerabilities he's just not able to do in front of you because of the fact that you're so reserved.
Yeah.
Because I actually can kind of see him being a little bit of both of what she probably does, like, want.
I don't care for her, so she's somebody. That's a shame. It's a TV show, and she rubbed me the wrong way.
And I think she keeps using the whole, like, I need him to be him as her excuse, when it really is her probably not just feeling him enough and don't want it to be on her. But I think that something that we learned from another season was because of people's professions, there was another couple in another season who, like, there were certain things they just wouldn't do on camera, certain questions they wouldn't answer, and they had a mutual agreement because they worked in the same profession and they worked with kids. So they both were kind of like, we agree that there's certain, well, this is what you find out after that there were certain things that they both agree they just would not discuss in front of camera.
Gotcha.
I kind of can see that happening with them a little bit. Or her having those things and not communicating them to him, like the whole sex thing. Especially, so for her to be like, I want somebody that's more aggressive, when he was like joking like, oh yeah, I'm going to put sex on the calendar, and she flipped out and left. Sis, you can't use that excuse when he is coming across a little like thuggish, like, look, it's about to go down, and you left for the night.
I wish I could find a way to like the word trash. She trashed me, bro. That's my opinion. I'm not saying she's trash, but
you saying she trash.
Just hurt that man. Broke that man down. Disrespected that man. Low key disrespected that man. Emasculated that man in many different ways. I felt like.
So to wrap up season 11, our final predictions are that
Woody and Imani married.
Woody and Imani are going to be the ones to stay together.
And Millie and Bennett, more than likely. Karen and Miles, no. Christina and Henry, no. That gay man gone. It's like, no, he's not gay in my opinion, but that's what she called him.
Did they ever talk about that?
No, because he knows she's going to lie about it. Why are you going to have a conversation with a chronic liar? I think that was another thing
he brought up to his friend, was that, like, she really acted like it didn't happen.
Yeah, he didn't even want to tell her.
We will be back for decision day. And
depending on how it goes, we might come back after the final decisions. I'm not going to give y'all half a decision there. Because, sometimes they break it up, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I know they do the reunion. They might not drag this one out.
They may not. But yeah, we'll do decision day. We'll do the reunion. And for everybody that actually took the time to watch this, thank you.
Your family. If you're at this point, famo.
You're officially a hopeful. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week.
Make sure that you like.
Oh, yeah.
Share. And subscribe. Peace.